Yılmaz. Nasılsınız?
İyiyiz.
Oğlum?
İyiyim.
Anneniz de iyi. Bir şey dedin mi bana?
Yok, demedi.
Fish Cracker, the film from Turkey. Kids go back to their old home.
It's interesting how my sympathies are with the daughter and the son and the father, and almost not at all with the mother. And I don't know why, because we don't know whose fault this breakup is. We don't know anything, and they didn't explain it. They don't need to. I'm glad they didn't. But it's just I was like the daughter, for example, seems to have had an awful lot of weight thrown on her shoulders, and she's very young, and she's like the go-between two adults who don't want to talk to one another. And the father doesn't really know how to connect. He's trying to connect it. I'll make you some food, and the food is fish crackers and soda. But he's trying as best he can, even though he really doesn't know what to do. So they were great characters, all four of them. But my sympathy is not with Mama at all in this one.
The look she gives him in the end of that film, right? Like there's so much subtext, there's so much emotion in that. Like there's a history, but we don't know what it is with that look,
The
right?
moments that I liked the most in the movie were like when the two kids were sitting in the car and just having their own jokes and stuff. They were kind of oblivious to like how deep shit life is throwing on them, and they were just having their innocent moments. And then later on, when they showed the girl who was matured way beyond her age, that was also like, that was really deep. And lastly, like I think each family kind of has some internal jokes or like, you know, some things that they connect on. So Crackers, for example, was that for them, and as soon as they started eating, they had this probably some memory of past where all four of them used to sit and eat and they laughed. That was like, it was very pure, and for that moment they were just gelling up like a family, forgetting whatever the current situation they were in.
I loved the entire film. The cinematography was incredible. I loved when they were in the car and then you were getting the reflections of like the buildings in the city. But I also liked, what I was trying to tell them is the relationship. It wasn't really about feeling bad for anyone. I think it was really about the entire family dynamic and kind of how these experiences affect everyone. So like the kids, and I actually think the mother was probably affected because obviously any connection that you create in life means something to you, right? So I was saying for me, it's like there was maybe a past connection where you're with someone and you love each other, but then kind of life happens and you grow up or you change and you evolve, but sometimes the other person doesn't. So it's like you want to be connected in that experience, but then life happens and then you grow and the other person doesn't. So they probably still had some love, but it's like, I can't stay here with you if I'm trying to kind of be a better person, but you're obviously dealing with some stuff. I thought that was really beautiful. Just, I felt for everyone.
There's probably three of the best performances that I saw in the 7 films, and the 2 children and the dad. And probably a great example of acting without words. There was so much more going on when it was silent. Really, it really grounded you in terms of who they were and the angst that everybody had. You know, wanting to make this thing work, but everyone was cognizant of this clock going off, being the phone when the mother calls. So it was a brilliant film, loved it.
And how like even the dialogue, like we know they're talking about, they're not talking about what's really going on, but we know what's going on. Like it's like, I'm doing great, the dad's doing great, like he's not doing great, right? So it's like there's all this kind of like dialogue going on, which we do as humans, but there's really so much subtext happening.
All those, the 2 children and the father, were really good. I just especially thought the father was really good, his acting, because I just got, from almost no expression or no verbal cues, I got utter despair from him. And I almost felt frightened that maybe he was going to do something bad. He looked so desolate.
Just like a couple more points, the shot of like when they're walking down the hallway and they look into their old bedroom. It's like we ever move and you like leave all the stuff you don't want behind. That's where the dad's living. He's living in all the he's living with the furniture that the mom didn't want anymore. Like, and he goes behind and gets the glasses for the soda, and that's the old glasses that his mom didn't want. And that bedroom shot really hit me to the core, because it's like that's where they used to live. There's so much history, and they're like, now it's just like it's old stuff, but then there's so much history. And he's like looking up top and like some maybe a party or something like that. Like it's like their house is there. That's their home. It's kind of there's a lot of very subtleties that you guys pointed out. Any other last comment before we go to the next film?